Hey guys, Lily here, and I was in Wyoming for 2 whole weeks, and so this video is going to be talking about my trip. I didn't post it last week because I was really busy. I had to play, and I just couldn't do anything involving videos and such. So posting it this week, but I'm very excited because this was the first trip I've ever been on out of state, and the longest trip I've ever been on away from my parents. And it was a blast. It was so much fun. I was hanging out with some family. I was hanging out with my aunt and my uncle on my dad's side, who I don't get to see very often since I live in a different state than them. But it was such a blast. I had such a great time. And so I hope you guys enjoy me talking about it. So, yeah. First, I had a really long road trip ahead of me. It was about 16 hours, maybe 17, in the car, pretty much straight through the whole time. We eventually ended up stopping later on this trip when we had like 6 hours left because we were really tired and exhausted and my parents just needed a break. But otherwise, it was just straight on, and it was very boring. So there was not really much for me to do besides mess around my iPad, my iPhone, and maybe my computer if there was ever any service, because there was a lot of dead spots of service. Otherwise, my parents listened to a radio show, and that was that. We just kind of sat there and drove. Yeah. Because we left on 4th of July, kind of like in the middle of the day, I think it was, we ended up going through this little town. I can't remember the name of it. We went through and they were blowing off fireworks. You can't really see them in the video though, but otherwise it was just straight on through. And after stopping, we went straight on until we ended up getting to my aunt's house. The first couple of days, there wasn't a lot going on. It was more just sit around, chill, had 16 hours in a car, let's just relax for a little while type of thing. My mom and dad stayed for about a day and a bit of the morning after, but the next morning they ended up leaving, and they ended up going to my uncle's house for a day and then heading back home.
But that'll be in a few days. But anyways, John ended up hurting his back then.
Jeez.
So they were supposed to come out now.
This is how you play baseball.
Yep.
Cousins are playing baseball.
And now that I'm thinking about it, I actually think my parents stayed for a day and a half, but I can't really remember how long they stayed, to be honest. It wasn't very long, but we still had a lot of fun while they were there. And my cousin, who's technically not my real cousin, but is my cousin at the same time, had come over for a little while and hung out as well, as shown in that other clip. And my other cousin, Louis, he actually was learning to play baseball, kind of, and tried to teach me, and that didn't work. I didn't get any clips of that, but yeah, no. But Mom and Dad, especially Dad, we had a lot of fun, as shown in this next clip.
This is the best thing. Perfect. You should have been in the game.
Well, anyways, then they left, and I think it was the next day, we ended up going on a little boat ride down this river that my aunt and uncle lived nearby. The river was just so pretty. We saw a lot of really neat things, and in general, it was just fun, even swimming around with my family, because I don't get to see them often, and it was really cool.
Jen caught a fish! Yay! Your baby duck! And here's his mama! Oh, he's so cute! Mama!
You got 3?
4, 5, 6
Cast the
billion.
river, you can fish. Can you cast into that?
That's like a
It's deep.
billion. Yeah.
staring too much. No, we're trying to see the otters, buddy. That's not your fault. We're trying to see the otters.
They're looking at us. They look like little seals. Oh, that's so cool. I've never seen them before.
I took a video. I actually ended up fishing because my Aunt Jen was fishing, and I caught a fish. But I'm not going to show it, the clip I have on video, just because face stuff. But it was so cool. I didn't do it again after that, but it was cool. It was about like this big, and it was a rainbow is what my uncle said. But yeah, it was great. Anyways, then later that day, we went to visit my Uncle Lou's relatives down at this little camp beach area that they were camping at, and hung out there for a little bit. Though I don't really have any clips of that because I was busy swimming, but I went on this big paddleboard that one of them brought, and that was cool. I also had a stick, and I still have the stick, and it's my burn stick because I had flames with it. It's great. I have a clip of that, but I'm not going to show it for now. But I like my stick. It's cool. But anyways, on the way back home, however, we saw a moose, and it was a big fella too. Hey there, buddy. Hi, buddy. Jen.
I'm calling him.
We also went to this big museum called the Museum of the Mountain Man, which was a little while away from where my aunt lived, but it was close enough that we could drive there and spend a while there and then drive back, and it wouldn't have been too bad. So we ended up going there as a fun thing to do, and it was really, really cool in there. So soft. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's so soft. And then it's a red fox and some wolves. I think this might be a coyote though. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'll ask Roxy. But they feel so soft. I'm allowed to touch it. It says please touch. But oh my gosh, guys. Wow. Just gonna like look at that for a minute. Look at that. It's just
At the bottom of the built fort, and it was in the cold spots by Irvine, so served on the island.
No, those are the teeth. This is like
Those
a
are-
bomb.
It was a thunder beast. It wasn't a dinosaur. It was a mammal. It was a relative of the horse.
Oh.
He's
Really?
8 foot tall at the shoulder and weighed up to 2 tons.
On one of those.
Yeah, I am. We're at Museum of the Mountain Man. This is cool. I'm doing a little video saying we're at Museum of the Mountain Man, and I'm excited. This is actually really cool though. Hello, how you doing? But yeah, that was really, really cool and really, really fun. We also went swimming a bunch during the week, which was also really cool, and I had a blast doing that. Though I'm not a very good swimmer, and I need to have my goggles when I swim, and my uncle and cousins were jumping off a bridge. I wouldn't do that. 3, 2, 1.
Go! Go! Son of a biscuit! Son of a biscuit! Go!
Now your dad says
Son
it.
of a biscuit!
Go, Louie. When you're ready. Son of a biscuit. Beautiful. Beautiful, guys. Beautiful.
Oh, that was it.
Ready?
Oh, and
Go!
Say, I'm gonna get you, Doctor. So I'm Dr. Bravestone.
I'm just like, I'm going to get you, Dr. Bravestone.
Good job! Yeah, if you can't tell, my family's a bit goofy, but that's alright. Now here comes one of my favorite parts of the whole trip. I went on a cattle drive. I have been practicing riding a horse at least a couple of times that whole week. And then on the second to last day, before I was gonna leave, we went on a giant cattle drive, or it wasn't giant, but it was a pretty big cattle drive, and I'm so proud of myself, guys. Though the thing is, my horse liked to follow a lot, but I managed to kick him in the gear and get him to actually swerve around to the cows, away from family, away from the people who were trying to teach me, and I did. I moved cows on my own, and I am like, it was honestly really fun. It was such a amazing experience to do. I'm not a ranch girl. I don't live in a ranch. If you look at my house, you can tell. But like, man, it was super fun. Up. 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 Hey, horsey. You doing good, bud? Yeah. Good girl. Or boy. You're not a girl. You're a boy. Good boy. I don't got a lot from me being on the cattle drive just because I wasn't filming while I was doing stuff. But you could just see the confidence built in those two videos. That second video, my aunt had left us to do something, and I had filmed that, and then I decided, you know what? I want to just sit here. I want to do my own thing. So I went for it and decided to move around and such. But that was just super cool. But anyways, after that, the next day, me and my aunt drove down to where my uncle lived, which I'm just going to say it. He lives in Jackson Hole. Just not going to say where. And that was also really, really fun. First, though, we had a really long drive we had to get over with. It wasn't as long as when I was driving to my aunt's house. It was about an hour to my uncle's from my aunt's, but it was still boring. We ended up meeting up at a art fair that was going on, and it was the first time all three grandchildren of my grandma were at the same place at the same time. Sadly, my grandma wasn't there to see it, but it was the first time my aunt got to see her nephew in a long time, and it was really cool. It was really fun. I didn't see my uncle right away. I saw his wife, my Aunt Cammie, but we still hung out at the festival for a little while and had a blast.
Never know until you try, Louie. He's made do baseball.
Hey guys, so I don't mean to make this a two-parter episode, but I have to do that because I'm busy the day this is going up. So either Saturday or Sunday I'm going to post the second part. It won't be next week. Oh, maybe it will be. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, so I'll post the next part later on talking about my other week being in Wyoming, because this one's getting too long, and yeah. So yeah, see you soon.